Welcome to T Boys TV. We are back again with another Hat Show, obviously episode 168. And in this one, we'll be discussing that Spurs game that took place on Saturday. And then obviously we'll be getting into another North London away game for us, obviously against the Gunners tomorrow. And we'll obviously be discussing our injury news as well because it's just getting worse and worse. And I hate to say it, but it could be costly. Obviously, it's not, injuries is unfortunate, but it's just getting worse and worse. So we'll see. But obviously, we'll get into that after the Tottenham game. But like always, I'm joined with Dad. Dad, how are we?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, mate. Hope everyone's cool.
Yep, no, absolutely. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to everyone that has been liking as well. Just a reminder before we get into it, I will be going on True Gooners channel at 8 p.m. So there you go. There's a link to it. And it'll be more so discussing Luton's season. If you was on it last time, you know exactly it's going to be similar to that. What are my expectations for the rest of the season and stuff like that for us? So yeah, do tune into that. That will be at 8 p.m. as you can see there. And obviously do smash a like and do subscribe. Good channel over there. But yeah, going into the Tottenham game, reacting to it. Now, the lineup was pretty interesting because we thought one or two things. Was it a 4-3-3? Have we changed formation? Or was it what we have been going with? It's quite interesting. But yeah, so obviously it was Kaminsky in goal, of course. Doughty, Mengi, Burke, Kabore, Barkley, Ruddock, and Berry, and Chong, Morris, and Townsend. As for the bench, Clark, Hashioka, Johnson, Krul, Nelson, Fred, and that was interesting to see and unexpected. Paisold, Shea, and Woodrow. Like I say, there's a few things you can flicker between. I'm not going to exactly go through it again. So obviously, I did mention it on the vlog from home. Seeing Fred back was interesting. Like we said, it was interesting that he could even, play. Because obviously he was on loan at Rotherham. He come back a couple of months ago. I thought he was going to get loaned out again, and I know you used the same on that, Dad. But he obviously didn't. And I saw Luton, as they do, post stuff on Twitter before the game, before the lineups even come out. And I see him in the background. I was thinking, he's going to play. This is going to be a madness. Or at least be involved anyway. And he obviously was, But, yeah, with what we got, it's pretty much what I said. I think the only player I did say to start, and he did, and I was surprised because he don't usually start a lot of games, is Berry. Other than that, it's exactly what I said. But what's your thoughts when you see that lineup there?
Yeah, pretty much the same as you. Obviously, Fred was a surprise, but then not really a surprise at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. We can go with, but yeah, Berry and Ruddock starting. They would have started in League One, like them guys as well. So props to them. But just shows you how bare bones we are, and still trying to compete, to be fair. But you need them extra players. You need that extra quality. Since we've lost that, basically since the transfer window, we've done nothing. So it is frustrating, and yeah, the injuries are just. And you get that in certain leagues, but in the Premier League, because they're working their socks off. We could see it for ages. We knew Bell was getting flogged, and it was going to happen. And we knew that Doughty. I'm thinking that he might be all right for tomorrow. But we lose a couple. We lose anymore. We lose Barkley and Morris or something like that. We had a worrying moment, obviously, with Kaminsky as well. So yeah. It's interesting to see Fred.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, moving on to the game again, started off well. For example, like we did in the Bournemouth game, not quite as well. Scoring them amount of goals, but started off really well, especially away at Tottenham. Got that early goal, Townsend. I had a feeling, and I think you could sense it, Dad, when we was doing a vlog from home. As soon as Townsend was on the right, I was like, we're going to do something here. I just had that feeling, former player as well. Done well on the right hand side. Played the ball to Barkley, and Barkley, great vision. To see out Chong, and a really good finish from Chong. Again, we both predicted Chong to score, so that was good to see. He's starting to be very impactful. Obviously, he is one of the doubts for tomorrow, but hopefully he is involved because how good he's been. But again, if it's got to that stage where you don't want to risk it, like we said that, like you've seen with Bell and players like that, for example, then don't do it. But yeah, really good finish, through Pedro Porro's legs and posting in, and it was a very good goal. Me and Chong had similar reactions. It's a bit both surprised with how early. It's literally the first attack, like you said, Dad, on the vlog from Omens. Great to see. Great to see. Great start. Great goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like, this is the thing. We scored in like, don't know, pretty much every single game recently. Definitely, Chong's been involved in a hell of a lot of them, but I do feel it's missing and Townsend starting at sometimes because we see that he linked up with Barkley pretty well on numerous occasions when they've been playing together, and again, it happened again, and it's good to see that we're capable. So it gives us something to kind of hold on to and stay in the game and things like that. It's just defensively we're just struggling. It's the know-how in midfield and stuff. Players like the Conga, defensive midfielders and things like that, which can help you manage the game better. We haven't got that. I haven't had that since the Conga's been injured. To be fair, that's the problem. But yeah, if we get some of them players, at least a couple of them back for the home games, particularly Bournemouth, don't think so. Would be nice. Too early, probably. But the other ones, vital, absolutely vital. We have to win pretty much all of them games. We can't lose any of our home games, in my opinion. If we lose one, unless we do something, magical away, which I can't see. If we lose one of our home games, we're done. I pretty much think that's going to happen because of the amount of injuries. But yeah, great finish. Really liking Chong now. He's really grown to it. I hope we can keep. I'm pretty sure he'll be with us next season. And he's that experience that he's had in the Premier League proved that he can play at that level. Everyone knows he can play at the Championship level, and he's got to try and look at the positives from things, and that's what I'm doing with that. But yeah, great goal. Townsend, we know is going to be with us next season as well, so that's good. So yeah, great start, and yeah, it was. But we sort of thought, remember Bournemouth and that. We kind of knew even then that it wouldn't be as bad as that, but it was still great to get the lead. Done it against a lot of done it against Liverpool, done it against City, done it against Arsenal as well, I think. So it's not that surprising.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We took quite a good lead, obviously, against Arsenal last time out, against them. But yeah, it's really, really good to see, obviously get that goal. And yeah, and then, Tottenham had their chances. Werner had a chance wide. It was one of them where, just wide, it was quite unlucky, to be honest. Maybe you could say we're a little bit fortunate with that, maybe. And then obviously Mengi, who had a really good game again, except this one moment where obviously it was a poor pass to Ruddock. He's passed it to Ruddock. Ruddock's, it's difficult. He's under a lot of pressure there. Two players on him. Obviously they had it. Son hits both posts. I can't lie. I was thinking as soon as he's hit that first post, I thought he's going post and in. But it hit both posts. We are very, very fortunate there. If you don't think we were for the Werner one, we definitely were for that one, in my opinion. And then obviously Mengi did redeem himself, to be fair, in that moment. Kabore blocked it, then he did. So, you are seeing that from the players. Even Burke, when he done a mistake against Villa. Was it Villa? No, what game? No, sorry, Forest. Forest, where we cleared it off the line twice. Obviously Mengi did, and then he did. Burke, that was similar in the sense that they've done a mistake, but they've redeemed themselves. I like to see that. I like to see that. It's good to see. Um, you know, and that sort of thing, it shows that the players, we know this, with all the injuries and that, we are giving it 110%. We are, but it's just certain things you're seeing, like we keep having to make a makeshift defence, and it's just not ideal, but we've got to do what we got to do, and yeah, it's just one of them really. But yeah, that was really the big chances from the first half. So again, another game we go into 1-0, away at Tottenham. You'd have took that at the start of the game. Again, we sort of predicted it, that it would be a close game. Obviously, Dudgy got this game right, and the goal scorer. Obviously, I said 3-2, so I knew it'd be a 1-goal win for Tottenham. A lot of people going into it were saying they'd batter us. No, not for me, because as much as we got all these injuries, like I say, we are still showing 110%. It's just, we're having to keep chopping and changing, and we're not being able to stick with what we would like to stick with, and it could prove costly, unfortunately. But yeah, what did you make of them chances Tottenham had in that first half?
The Werner one, that's I liked Kaminski's positioning, kind of put him off a little bit. Same with the Son chance as well. Was very lucky with that, but we did defend really, really well in the first half. Really, really well. Just keeping it up in moments. You've got players playing in that position, and it's hard. But I was really pleased with that first half performance. I thought it was excellent, considering, as you said, the makeshift defence, not consistent, and Tottenham away. The way they played, a high line, and that we defended really, really well against them. Putting a good performance in the first half.
Yeah, it's like we said on everyone was good. We had our little moments, but a few mistakes, but overall it was brilliant. Now, when the first half, Chong done that block as well. That's absolutely immense, and that's another thing. Even the attacking players, the way they're coming back and defending at times has been phenomenal. I remember when Elijah was fit, he was doing that a lot. Heading the balls away from corners and stuff like that. So
we missed that part of his game as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, really good first half. We were very happy with that. Away at Tottenham, kept him quiet. Yes, you could say we were fortunate, like I said, with the Son chance, but overall we were really good. There weren't a player there that I thought that was average in that first half. I thought everyone put in a really good shift. Obviously, like you said, Dad, we had that worry about Kaminski. Obviously, come out, but again coming out, being a unit, being really good like we know he can and has been, throughout the season. And that would have been a massive, blow. But obviously, he wasn't injured in the end, thank goodness for that. And that would have been a key player in every position. If he was to go out, Kaminski, obviously, for the goalies, Lockyer for the centre backs, Lokonga could say for the midfield, and Nakamba, and then obviously Elijah up front. So that would have been every single position, a key player out. So that wouldn't have been ideal. Yes, Krul has that experience, but last couple of games he ain't looked great. So, that he's played for us. So thank God, Kaminski was all right in the end. But yeah, moving on to the second half. Tottenham, whatever Ange said, I do think it worked. I'm going to be honest. Yes, their goals were, you could say, a bit fortunate, but they were putting a lot of pressure on us. Especially on that right hand side. They're attacking right hand side, our defending left hand side. They did get that goal, own goal from Corey. It's unlucky, to be honest. It was an unlucky one. Again, it's one of them. What I was more annoyed about, and again, I don't want to be too harsh on Doughty because he has played loads and loads of games. Massive shout out to him. Even if because he is a doubt tomorrow, even if he manages to play tomorrow, again, shout out to him. But again, you don't want it to be like the Bell situation where you're risking it and then he gets injured. But yeah, it was a bit annoying how much space Brennan Johnson had, especially considering it's him with technically, you could say, rivals with Forest at the moment for the relegation battle, alongside other teams. But, obviously we're the closest to it, regard taking out Burnley and Sheffield United. And, it was the space that he had more so for me. It wasn't necessarily the actual goal. But yeah, unlucky own goal from Corey. Like I say, the amount of power it's got coming in, sometimes them ones are just difficult to deal with. and clear properly. So yeah, it was frustrating. More so the right hand side, how much space they had. But yeah, what did you make of their equaliser, Dad?
Well, that's it. I could see at half time that he was motioning the players off their bench to come on, and obviously it was Johnson, and he did make an instant impact. We didn't really have the players to kind of double up on him because of the injuries we've got as well. And you can't be too critical of Doughty. It's not a left back, and the cross, he's got real quality. And Kabore was just a bit unlucky. I thought they just managed to get out on the end of it, but it was that pressure. We know that's Kabore was kind of playing right backs, but centre as well. And yeah, it was a little bit annoying, but the quality of that cross, if he didn't get hold of it and he went past him, then it was a tap in anyway. As we always say, it's a little bit frustrating, but when you've got players out and not that real quality to deal with that or double up on a man, it's not a lot you can do.
And then, like I say, they were putting a lot of pressure in that second half, especially after they got that goal as well. Son had an opportunity. Kaminsky, good save. Save he should be making, I'll be honest. But again, it's one of them where it's sort of not necessarily out of nowhere, but the way he shot, you wouldn't have expected him to shoot when he did, in my opinion. A good save from Kaminsky, and I'll be honest, at that moment, I was thinking they're probably going to go on and win now. We had the odd chances in the second half. Clark, I thought he was really good when he come on. Earned a corner straight away. Had that shot, didn't he? Or we thought that was in. What a moment that would have been. For him. Anytime he scores, anyone, but of course, him because he scored in the playoff final. It's just sick. Like every time, you look at that Man City game. Both brilliant goals in that game. He scored another good one here. Unlucky, Vicario. A decent save. And then Doughty had that clearance off the line. Tottenham started to put more pressure on us again. What a clearance that was off the line. We are loving clearing shots off the line at the moment. That one was. Do you know what? I'd probably say that one was harder than Burke's and Menzies as well. Obviously theirs was still brilliant. But Doughty's to get it the way he did was phenomenal for me, and it was really, really tight. But fair play to him for that. And then obviously, like I say, they were putting that pressure and they did manage to get that goal. 86th minute, Son, who else? Unlucky from Hashioka, I'd say. Me personally, obviously, we'll get into player ratings, but I felt when he come on, he was better, much better, in games that we've seen previously of him. It's unlucky for me, that goal. It is very unlucky. It's not like it's a deflection at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? You can't really blame him for me. If he was not marking someone and Son scored, because he was unmarked, then yeah. But I feel that one was a bit unlucky, to be honest. And yeah, it was just a bit gutting, a bit gutting. But what did you make of the chances, the other chances, Dad, and obviously their winner?
Well, both times, with the clearance off the line, we know we don't need to be critical of Kabore, but people just get passed in too easy. They did on both of them occasions. But when the goal was scored, it was a little bit, the block. If we'd have blocked that, I reckon we'd have probably ended up getting the draw, or maybe more because we did have a chance after that. But you've got to stop the crossing. Burke was injured at half time as well. As you said, Hashioka could come on in his place, and I did think he'd done all right. Seemed much more composed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Premier League level. They find ways to win, don't they? These sort of teams, and Son's, one of the top scorers in the league. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's simple as that. But yeah, let's go through some comments and then we'll get into the player ratings. Big up to Stephen, says big up to me, big up to yourself, big up to Chris. Steve says big up to you as well. Yeah, literally. It'll be Luton Town Academy versus Arsenal. It's come out earlier that we will have four teenagers on the bench. It's just mad. It's just absolutely crazy. I'm trying to think who that's going to be. I'm thinking Nelson. I'm thinking the Portuguese one. Johnson if he doesn't start.
I sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we might even see someone else that we haven't seen yet. If Johnson does start, for me. So be interesting. Big up to Paul, says good evening, lads. Big up to yourself. Chris says just shows how injuries can affect certain teams. I have sympathy for Luton on that, but I don't have sympathy for Newcastle. Yeah, that's the thing. Certain the teams that have a lot more resources, like you say, they use it a lot. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? It's like when everyone was going on about the Man City one the other day. They got Carl Walker out. Everyone was saying they had Stones. They didn't in the end because he was on the bench. But I'm thinking, it don't matter with a team like Man City.
Yeah,
half of their bench players could get in half of the top 6 teams, and actually probably start, if we're being honest. So, but for us, it's like you say, you're seeing how costly it is, but we're still putting in the performance levels, which is good to see. Like I said, a lot of people said going into it, we were going to get battered to Tottenham, and we didn't. We know our team. We know we're going to put up a fight still, and we did. Both said a goal, lost by a goal, and it was to be like that. So big up to Ish in the chat. I'd rather Arsenal win title over City, but good luck to both teams. Yep, big up to yourself, mate. If Luton go down, it's win-win in my eyes. Obviously, sad to see go down, but your squad already made for Championship. Had that experience in Premier League. Totally agree. We were saying it before we went live that there's probably 2 players I potentially worry about going, Barkley and Doughty for me. But I think everyone else, we should be all right with keeping. Townsend's obviously extended anyway, so we should be all right there. Mengi, he's pretty much just joined. Well, he has just joined, in fact. Barkley, I know he's just joined, but I think that one's a bit different for me. So, yeah, I think everyone else, we will be all right, personally. But we shall see on that. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Stephen, mate. I totally agree. It's like we say with the Bell thing, you don't want to risk it if they have that chance of doing that. And like I say, Saturday is massive. We need to get revenge. We need to win that game. It's like you said, Dad, like I've been saying, if we want to start, we need to win our home games.
Yeah.
Every single one for me. Maybe get a draw in one, but I want to try and win all of them because the away games, are very difficult, in my opinion. Maybe, we'll see. We'll get closer to them nearer the time, predict them, but I think majority of them are difficult, especially the next 2 anyway, as we all know. So, yeah. Chris says Spurs goals were fortunate, but they were putting pressure on pretty much how I expected games to go. Luton score early and Spurs win it late. Yeah, you did say that. Obviously, you said 3-1, but not like a close 3-1. So, yeah, he's fairly close with that. So, yeah, let's get into the player ratings. So, in goal, Kaminsky, I'll say done well, obviously on that save to come out. The goals, I can't blame him yet again. So, for me, I'll go for 7 for Kaminsky.
I think he didn't have a lot to do in the first half, really. It's generally all right. I'll just give him a 6.5.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Moving on to go over to Kabore. Like I say, maybe you could say it's a bit fortunate with that Werner chance. The own goal, unlucky. I felt it was still a decent game. I've seen better games from him, the games before that, but it was still okay. So for me, I'll go 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5. The own goal, he lost his man a couple of times, but we know that anyway, kind of thing. But he did put in a couple of good blocks and a couple of good tackles as well. It wasn't terrible. And then we still didn't stop crosses when it did come in, I guess. So yeah, 6.5.
Yeah. Paul for Kaminsky's gone 7.5. Stephen's gone with 7. Jackie's also gone with 7. Stephen says Kabore, unlucky own goal, but made good challenges. 7. Yeah. No, that's the thing about him. And I was saying it even before. Excuse me. He makes good tackles and that. It's just sometimes his awareness is what catches him out. Look at the Villa game, for example. But yeah, Kabore 6.5 says Paul, and Jackie has also gone with 6.5. Moving on, we'll go over to Doughty. Like I say, was decent in this game. Obviously, could say maybe about their first goal, but overall, I felt it was okay. Got to remember he has played a lot of games, hell of a lot of games. Like I say, if he is not quite feeling it, don't risk it, please. Don't want the same thing happening to him what happened to Bell. So for me, I'm going to go again. I'm probably just going to go with 6.5.
Yeah, same situation. I think he was good in spells, and going forward. Again, he wasn't as forward as he would be. But when he did, get on the ball and that, he was all right. And then obviously come on. I think it's just a knock more proportionally in that for him, I'm hoping. But yeah, 6.5.
Yeah. Doughty 6.5 for Paul and Jackie as well. And then moving on, we'll go over to Burke. Obviously come off, didn't he? It's what was it, half time? And we had maybe them worries just because of how our injuries have been. He started to gel a lot more as well, last couple of weeks into the team, a lot more and perform better for me. So hopefully, again, I think he might be out tomorrow, but we shall see. But yeah, in this game, it was only a half. So for me, because it was only a half, I'll just go over 6.
No, I'll give him 6.5. The card was a bit silly, but he was getting forward. It was like tracking his man, like from up top kind of thing. And he was doing all right. He was putting a lot of pressure on, and he was, playing some good passes at the back and that. I'll give him a 6.5.
Yeah, fair enough. Steve says Doughty, hope his injury isn't too serious. He is more defensive this game. Understandable. 7. Burke 6.5 says Jackie. He did well. Burke looked more assured. Shame he didn't make second half. And booked 6. Yeah. Yeah, no, I forgot about that booking. Yeah, it is always a foul. Like I said, on Rob from home, he's holding on to him at the end of the day. But yeah. Moving on to Mengi. Again, pretty good game. It's just that header, which nearly proved to be quite costly. But other than that, great tackles, like he always does. And that sort of thing. And potentially could be the only fit centre back. So, yeah, that tells you all you need to know about the injuries. But massive shout out to him as always. I'm going to go. Do you know what? Mengi, I'm going to go. He did get a yellow card, but I can't obviously. It's playing up, so I didn't really see it. So for me, I'm going to go with. You know what? I'll go with 7.5.
I'll give him 7. Thought he'd done some excellent clearances. Awareness is looking like he is our best defender at the moment. He's consistent. He's only 21. He could be hard to keep hold of, but if someone big comes in for him. But if he wants to be playing, so we've got a good chance of keeping him. But yeah, I'll give him 7.
Yeah, fair enough. Jackie's gone with 7.5 as well. Paul has gone with 8 for Mengi. And then, moving on to next player, we'll go over to Ruddock. Again, I did want to see him start if he was fit. Obviously, he was for this game. I think he was decent. I think he was decent in this game. I'll go 6.5.
Yeah, I'll go 6.5. I think he got a yellow card as well, but he's reached his ceiling. He's not going to get any better now. And he's just there to do the base. You're not going to see some, wicked through pass from him often and things like that. So he's just there. He's just doing the basics right at the moment. And when you've got a weak midfield, it's more difficult. I'll just give him 6.5.
Yeah. Stephen says Mengi is a tank player, big part. Saturday always going to be booked. He's physical. Yeah, and to be fair, it was like the 90th minute or something like that, wasn't it? 7.5. Jackie's also gone with a 6.5 from Ruddock, and so has Paul as well. Moving on to Barkley. He still had a decent game, but again, I've seen better games of him. You know, good pick out though for the assist, for the goal. But yeah, I've seen slightly better games, but I'll still give him a decent rating. I'll go over 7.
Yeah, I'll give him 7. He got the card. It's probably deserved, but a bit frustrating maybe. But he was fighting, he was battling. He had the presence of mind to know that Chong was there and play a perfect pass to him. And was just so he obviously weren't as involved as normally is, but we were away, things like that. But he's still, you know, especially in the first half, keeping that ball for us when we needed it at times. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah. Barkley 6.5 says Jackie, and Paul's gone with 7.5 for Barkley. Steve says Barkley wasn't at his best, ball given away far too much. Booking was stupid. 6. Stupid, but I can't lie. Me personally, I found it a bit funny because he was probably thinking, Maddison, how's this guy in the England team over me? You know, that's how the tackle felt, you know, with the aggression. He went in with it. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Same time. Like I say, I've seen better games, but it's still good, you know, from him. But yeah, moving on to the next player. We'll go over to Berry. Like I say, I was surprised that he did start. You know, I'm going to be honest, because he don't usually start. You know, even with all these injuries, he's usually a player that comes on. But yeah, Berry's decent. Again, I'll probably just go with a 6.5.
I'm not sure. I think that's his first start in the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah,
I
thought he was.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty decent. You know, I'll give him a 6.5. But you know, he was all right. He was battling. Yeah, really making any mistakes. Now he was trying to get involved and things like that. Maybe even passed it initially to Townsend. I'm not sure, but considering it as his first start, I was pretty impressed. But yeah, 6.5.
Yeah. Berry is a hard level battler, I think you meant to put there, as impact player, 6. 6.5, Jackie's gone with, and 6.5 also Paul has gone with as well. And then moving on to the front three, start off with Townsend, massive part of that first goal. You know, I did want to see him start in this game, you know, because it is against his former club. And you know the type of ground it is as well, and he did. You know, good in the game. You know, based on Chio being out, you probably start him again going into the game tomorrow as well. So yeah, Townsend for me, I'm gonna go for 7.
Yeah, I'll give him 7. You know, rewarding run, confidence to get past and get the crossing. Was chasing as well a lot, and working hard. You know, like we was used to seeing from him. Again, difficult on the way, but against his former club, he put in a decent performance. I'll give him 7.
Yeah. Jackie's also gone with the same, so has Paul, and Stephen's also gone with the same as well. And then moving on, we'll go over to Chong. Obviously, got that goal, you know, very well taken goal, like we said earlier, being very impactful in a player that you know, would start. Obviously, if he is available, but again, don't risk it if he's not, you know, 100%. Obviously, they train tonight on a little bit of a later training session, so we'll find out tomorrow. You know, for him, Doughty, and who was it? Him, Doughty, and Burke. But yeah, Chong, I'm gonna go with a. Do you know what? He's my man of the match. You know, because I felt that block he done as well was very good, coming back, helping out defensively. So yeah, I'm gonna go. It's my man of the match, so I'll go with over 8 because he's my man of the match. I don't know if I don't know if I've done a 7.5 yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I don't, you know, I'll give him a 7. but he is my man of the match. Great finish. Worked really hard in the first half. And the only reason I ain't giving him a little bit more, even though he's man of the match, is because he come off. But I thought he's sort of thriving a little bit at the moment. I still think he needs to be a bit more physical in that. But if he can kind of add that little bit more to his game, and no matter what happens next season, got a good player right there, So I'm going to give him obviously man of the match 7.
Yeah, I'll totally agree with that. Chong 8.5, says Paul. Jackie has gone with 7.5. Stephen says Chong hard the bit between his teeth in this one. Always looking for the ball. Hope the leg is okay. Yeah, man of the match for me, 8. So yeah, a lot of people agreeing there when it comes to man of the match for Chong. And then moving on to the subs, Hashioka. I'll say I thought he was okay when he come on.
Morris, you leaving Morris
Oh
out?
yeah, nearly forgot about Morris. I'll tell you what. Now, me personally, I know quite a lot of Luton fans are 50-50 on it, but for Premier League, what I have seen, I thought the referee was all right. He was noticing Morris, them fouls, them little fouls they do on Morris where they're holding on to him, even Elijah when he was, fit, and I felt his hold-up play was really good. Elijah must have taught him stuff about that, because the way he controls the ball is very similar to Elijah, the way he brings the ball down, especially with his chest and that sort of thing. And yeah, he was a lot more impactful in this game, even though he didn't, quite score or anything like that. I still felt he was pretty decent in the game. So Morris for me, do you know what? I'm going to go with I'll go with 7.5. Morris.
I'll give him a 6.5. His whole play was decent. I reiterate it. He's better when Elijah's on the pitch or he's got someone decent. He needs a partner. And that's he struggles without it a lot. Do you know what I mean? It makes him more inconsistent, especially away. But yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, fair enough. Paul's gone with a 7 for Morris. But yeah, I nearly completely forgot. 7 says Jackie, and Stephen says Morris was trying to hold up ball without Elijah. It was a good effort from him. 7. Yep, I totally agree. And like I say, Hashioka, yeah, I felt he was decent when he come on. There's a few people saying about the second goal, but again, I felt it was unlucky, personally. And I felt he looked a lot more composed. He's still got a lot to learn. You're seeing that for him, when it comes to, for me, not even just Premier League football, just English football as a whole, because it's completely different. It's a lot more physical as well, as we all know, and that type of thing. I just feel he needs to get a little bit more used to that, especially when you look at the Bournemouth game, the goal where he jumped up for it. That's an example of the physicalness and that type of thing for me. So for me, I think it was okay in this game, when he come on. So I'll go for 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5. Weren't really much difference between him and Burke. As I said, he was there, and again, that's not his natural position to be in the centre back. So that's basically where he was. So and both times, Bournemouth, he was playing in left centre back, I believe.
Yeah, he was.
It's not. He's not played in that position probably much in his career. It's known as a right back. The highlights we saw of him was of a right back attacking sort of. Getting forward and things like that. And it's in the Premier League. So, yeah, that game he was, and got hauled off, rightly so. But since then, he's come on a bit and he weren't too bad. I'll give him 6.5 and he's going to be starting tomorrow anyway. So, in my opinion. So, yeah. 6.5.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Ratings for Hashioka, Jackie's gone 6.5 as well. Stephen's gone with a 6. Moving on to Clark. We'll go to Clark. Again, really good when he come on. Earned that corner, had that shot, very unlucky. So yeah, pretty impactful, in the sense of creating chances from him. So again, I'm going to go with another 6.5.
I'm going real well. I thought I'd say a 7 because, I felt when he come on, he as you said, winning corners, like taking it past play, looked really confident. That's what I liked. And he's another one for me who's going to be starting tomorrow. I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, Stephen's gone 6.5 like me. However, Jackie's gone 7 like you. So, all about opinions at the end of the day. But yeah, he's very good when he come on. And for me, it seemed like he was urging to start, try and start the next game. Might even see him in that higher attacking role, like higher up there, like between that 3, especially if Chong's out. I think we've got a good chance of seeing that because when we played Burnley away, obviously, yes, Arsenal away is a complete different game, but we see him play there for that game as well. So, we shall see with that. Klotz, 6.5. Jackie's gone with 7, like I say. And Paul's gone with 7 as well. And then moving on to Fred. That's interesting. Like, surprised he could sign on, like we said. But, yeah, he come on, with the last 15 minutes. I didn't really, hear or see too much. So for me, I'd just go over standard 6.
Yeah, same. Like, obviously, we didn't really see too much anyway either. And so I can't, I'm just going to give him 6. But first time starting in the Premier League, and this time of the season and things like that. I can't really see him even being with us next season anyway. But give him 6.
Yeah, I mean, like I said on the vlog for mine, what a mad moment for him though. First Premier League game away at Tottenham. It's pretty mad, but yeah, no, I agree. Like I say, I was a bit surprised he didn't get loaned back out. It's the same with Elliot Thorpe. He's still actually up there. He's come back to the club. I think his was a bit different because he was injured, but yeah, it's all interesting there. Jackie's gone with 6 as well. So is Stephen. Stephen's a favourite player, as we all know. But yeah, moving on to Woodrow. Go over to Woodrow. Come on in the 83rd minute. Again, maybe you're thinking, is it going to be one of their moments again? If we have one last chance with Woodrow, because we know what he's like at scoring late goals. But yeah, it didn't quite happen. So again, I'm just going to go with a standard 6.
Yeah, 6. Didn't see anything really. So yeah, 6.
Yeah, there you go. So there are your ratings. Jackie's gone with 6 as well for Woodrow. So has Paul as well, and also I forgot to read that out. He went with a 6 for Fred as well. So yeah, there you go. Man of the matches. Obviously, you both went with Chong, which has put Chong right up there, Dad, in our thing that we do with the players. Yeah, he's right up there now. He's second place, 1 point behind Barkley, who's top. So I'll read it out. Kaminsky with 2, Barkley with 7, Doughty with 2, Lokonga with 4, Chong with 6 now. So he's right behind him. Osho with 1, Chio with 2, Mengi with 4, Elijah with 2, Morris with 3, Clark with 2, Kabore with 3, and Woodrow with 1. Points as it stands, Dad. You're getting a bit closer to me. It's now 8 points to 6. As I'll say, obviously you got that game spot on, 2-1, and then obviously I said 3-2. So I still got the outcome right, just not quite the score. And what I'm thinking, Dad, last game of the season, might do a little bonus. If it's very close, I might do goal scorers and then count them if they actually do score. But we'll see. We'll see. So it's currently 8-6 to me in our battle there. But yeah, that's all the players' votes as well so far this season. Jackie also agrees man of the match is Chong as well. So yeah, that is that on the Tottenham game. So overall, close game, closer than, well, a lot of people expected, close to the extent of what we expected. And yeah, it's good to see that the performance levels were still there, regarding all the injuries and that type of thing. But yeah, any final things you want to say on the Tottenham game, Dad?
No, that's it. And the crowd was really good as well.
Yeah, big up to all the Luton fans as well. They were very, very loud. Really good, which they always are, to be honest. Especially away. Really, really do stand out. So massive shout out to them. Yeah, exactly, Dad. You're heating up on the predictions. There we go. But it will be interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, moving on to the game tomorrow. We are away, as we all know, in North London again. And this time go to the other side of North London, which is the Emirates, to take on Arsenal. Now, obviously, their last game, they drew 0-0 with Man City on Sunday. Wasn't quite a super Sunday game, was it? If we're being totally honest, goalless. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you probably do take that. I know it's that stage where they all need to sort of win them three: Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. But you also look at it. City played Liverpool and Arsenal recently. Both, drew in both of them games. So I think if you're Arsenal, considering what happened last year away at Man City, the Etihad, you take that. Clean sheet as well. Not a lot of teams get a clean sheet against Man City, so I think they're definitely the happier side. Um, and you could say Saliba being in that game was massive because he wasn't quite in it last season. Um, even though I think Gabriel was more of a standout in this game, I felt he dealt with Haaland really well, to be quite honest with you. And he's really doing well this season. But yeah, good point for them, I would say. Maybe you could say if they did lose this game, the momentum maybe would go a little bit, just due to the fact of what happened last season. But they're still in it. They're still in it. And yeah, obviously it was around about this stage last season they did bottle it, but they got a draw. So they're still, like Liverpool, like Man City, need to try and win all their games. That's how down to the wire it's going to be. Me personally, do I think all the teams will win their remaining games? Probably not. There'll probably be a week where they'll all drop points. I wouldn't even be surprised. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. They're still in it. They're back at home. Obviously, as for us, like Stephen said earlier, it's pretty much going to be our academy versus Arsenal. So yeah, it's all interesting. But obviously, as for positions as it stands, obviously, like I say, they're second. They're still in it. If they were to win and Liverpool weren't, which I can't see Liverpool not winning, they've got Sheffield United at home. They would go top. But yeah, again, if they win and Liverpool do, which you do expect, they're still putting the pressure on Liverpool. So it's all interesting. Man City right behind them as well. Man City are taking on Aston Villa, who, to be fair, always give them a game at the Etihad, but I think Ollie Watkins is out. Not that I don't think he's been overly great the last couple of weeks personally. Since that Tottenham game for me, yes, I know, they conceded 4, but I felt when they were in it in the first half, he went great. But expect City to win that. So yeah, it'll probably, in my opinion, remain how it is. When it comes to that top 3 for the midweek games in that order. But yeah, as for us, obviously, if we were to win, depending on what Forest do, obviously they play tonight against Fulham. Come on, Fulham. Then we could go above Forest, level on points with Everton. But again, they play tonight. I mean, I don't think they'll win away at Newcastle, but yeah, they have a better goal difference than us anyway. But if we draw, we also go out. If we go out of the relegation zone, if Forest don't win. So, it's interesting, but yeah, it's difficult with the injuries, as we all know. But insight going into it, following their 4-3 win at Kenilworth Road in December, Arsenal are looking to complete their first league double over Luton since the 1983-84 campaign. Luton have conceded at least twice in each of their last 11 away league games against Arsenal, losing the last 10 in a row and drawing 1. This is their first visit to the Gunners since the 2-0 loss in August 1991. Arsenal won all 5 of their league games against promoted sides this season, netting at least 3 goals each time, 23 goals in total. The most combined goals any side has scored against promoted teams in a Premier League campaign is 24, which was also by Arsenal in 2012 to 2013. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 38 Premier League home games against promoted sides, winning 33, drawing 5, winning each of the last 9. The only promoted sides to win away at the Gunners in their first ever season in the competition are Blackburn Rovers 1992-93 season, West Ham 1993-94, and Hull City 2008-9. And then the last one, Luton have just taken just 4 points from 24 available from evening kickoffs, 7 p.m. or later in the Premier League this season, winning 1, drawing 1, losing 6. With their sole victory coming at home against Brighton, as we all know. So, yeah, a lot of them stats do not favour us at all. In fact, pretty much all of them, if we're being totally honest. So, yeah, obviously we haven't played them at the Emirates for a long while. Well, in fact, we've never even played them at the Emirates because back then, obviously, they had Highbury. So, it's not great. It's not looking great. But words from Rob Edwards and that sort of thing going into it are as follows, and a bit more on Arsenal. In fact, I'll start off with a bit more about Arsenal when it comes to their players. 8 goals and 4 assists for Odegaard. Has been involved in 12 goals in his last 12 Premier League appearances against promoted clubs. Having provided just 1 assist in his first 8 Premier League home games for Arsenal, Kai Havertz has now been involved in 4 goals in his last 5 at the Emirates. Rob Edwards going into it. Every Premier League game is difficult and they deserve the best preparation to try to put our best team out. I'm aware there's a game a few days later on Saturday, but we are not really going to have anyone else that we don't have tomorrow, so it doesn't really make any difference. Arsenal's defence is pretty stubborn. They don't give much away. It was a bit of a unique game, obviously referring to the game earlier on in the season. Sometimes it can be at Kenilworth Road. Since the break around January time, Arsenal have come back and been incredible. I know they didn't score on a weekend, but they are scoring loads of goals and they are very, very difficult to break down. If we are able to go and score 3 at the Emirates, then we're doing pretty well. We'll try to be us and be the best version of us. It's difficult at the moment, but the reverse fixture is a really exciting game. We're going to be lower this time. We know that. They're so good with the ball. They're going to force us low and defend really well. We can do a lot of work on that. So that's that when it comes to that. Team news, obviously, like I say, Reece Burke, Doughty, Chong were all forced off at Spurs. Very doubtful, apparently, according to Rob Edwards. And then obviously everyone else that's been out is out. So it's all crazy. And I will give you the whole list of that, of everybody that's out. So definitely Chio, Lukonga, Osho, Elijah, Anderson, Nakamba, Potts, Brown, Bell, Lockyer. So yeah. And then it also says there will be at least 14 subs, like I say. So yeah, that is that. Officials in this game, Craig Pawson, 118 yellow cards and 4 red cards have been handed out by Pawson across the 25 games this season. We last had a game officiated by Pawson when we beat Shrewsbury Town at Kenilworth Road back in February 2009 while we was in League 2. So very, very long time ago now. So yeah, that is that really when it comes to all of that. Injuries galore. Arsenal have turned it around and they're still in it for sure. Getting a clean sheet away at the Etihad and that sort of thing. Dad, how are you feeling going into this one?
Doomed, mate. We're doomed. In my opinion, like even with a fully fit squad, obviously might it be minus Lukonga, it'd be difficult. And then you kind of rely on a performance like we did when we beat them in the cup, and they were a good team then. But I just can't see it. I can't see us getting anything from there. I think that they're after last season as well, where they come close to winning the league. I don't think they're going to make the same mistake. They won't be looking to step up. They've got an excellent record against, like I said, promoted teams.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have to like get a player sent off, goalie or something, in early on, and just not play and not. We're not getting nothing. Sorry, that's the way I feel about it. We just got to try and come out of there with some respect.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's difficult. If you are confident, and then fair play. But I'm just not. The injuries all over the place. Just like you said, Dad, earlier. since January we haven't been great, and since January Arsenal have been better than they were.
Also, the fact that they're the form team,
yeah,
and
yeah, they are, yeah,
form team. It just at this level, it counts more. It's rare that the bottom team. I do remember it years ago when Luton were bottom or something at the Championship, and Middlesbrough were top of the Championship going for promotion, and we played them away, and we beat them 4-0. But that is just can't see that happening unless we got some miracle football gods looking down on us.
yeah.
And they all put the performance. They play like they did against Brighton. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. We just got to try and keep the score down, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like I said as well. Maybe if they lost to Man City, it would have been a bit doomed, and maybe would have been a bit closer potentially. Because what happened last year, they might have that feeling again. But I think with them getting a draw, clean sheet as well at the Etihad, it's great for them. It's great for them. They're very much still in it. They're second. They're above Man City still. So yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Again, obviously we'll get score predictions, but yeah, it's just not looking great. It's not looking great. A lot of people put in their score predictions. Do put in if you haven't already. We will go through them. Also, do put in your goal scorers as well, if you do think we will score. But even do Arsenal's as well. So yeah, that's based on the Man City game. Chris says it's a great result for Arsenal, in my opinion. They stepped up, brilliant defensive performance. Gabriel, fantastic again, their best defender this season. It hurts City more than them, but I'm not ruling anyone out. No, exactly. Like I said, I felt Gabriel was really good. I felt he dealt with Haaland really, really well. But yeah, no, totally agree. Clean sheet. Away at the Etihad. I don't even know the last team who've done that, if I'm being honest. So yeah, it's a very good result for them, in my opinion. Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely, I'll probably still see Liverpool and Arsenal dropping points, because I know Liverpool still got to go away to Old Trafford. They've got to go away to Villa as well. Arsenal got to go away to Old Trafford as well. Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So I could see them. City's games, I can't really remember from the top of my head, a lot of them. But yeah, I could probably see them all doing it.
They've got Nottingham Forest at some point. They've got us.
Yeah, them ones, we've got to be honest. It's not. I know last year Forest drew with City, but it's different this year. City are chasing. We know what they're like when they're chasing. So yeah, fair play. I see him on the Leicester game yesterday. He was talking about that beforehand. That was good to see, because I was listening to it and then I noticed his voice. I was like, "That's Lockyer, isn't it?" And then I see him on the thing. And I was like, "Yeah, that's class." But yeah, Jackie's not confident. Yeah, exactly. When Jackie's not confident, it's not looking good. As we know, Jackie's very good with predictions and stuff like that usually. But yeah, it's not looking great. But yeah, Chris on his goal scorer as well, so I'll get into that. But yeah, lineups. We will get into Tottenham. Actually, good shout. Yeah, Tottenham, mate. City got Tottenham away. They do struggle in that game away at Tottenham. To be fair, even at the Etihad, I mean, they should have won the game this year. They were. That was a bit stupid from the referee, but yeah, Spurs. They do struggle there. I know they played in the cup and beat them, but again, bit of a controversial goal. But anyway, lineups. So as for me, I am going to say we go with this. So Kaminsky in goal, of course. And then the back three, for me personally, I'm going to go with the formation we usually go with. Maybe I might go with 4, maybe. Or even have one player free roaming. But I'm going to go Johnson. I'm going to say starts this game. Mengi and Hashioka as my back three. And then I'm going to go in the midfield. I'm going to go Barkley and Ruddock. Obviously, Ruddock is an Arsenal fan as well. Hopefully, as a moment, and I feel it was decent the other day as well. So yeah, go Ruddock, and then on the wings or the wing back, shall I say, I'm going to go with Doughty and Kabore. I do think Doughty will be okay. I'm not sure about Chong and Burke, but I'm going to say Doughty's okay for this one. And then 3 up front, I'm going to go Townsend on the right. Again, this type of game starting. We're going to go Clark higher up. I'm going to go with him on the left. Like I say, I think Chong will be a doubt. Will not be involved. He is a doubt. And then I'm going to go Morris up front. I do remember saying last time out when we played Arsenal about starting Brown, but obviously he's not available. Them times there he was 2 out of 2 games. But no, obviously, even if he was, I would still go with Morris because I felt he was decent the other day, to be honest. So that's my lineup. So yeah, run through of it again. Kaminsky in goal, back through Johnson, Mengi, Hashioka, Barkley and Ruddock as the more defensive midfielders. Doughty and Kabore as the wing backs. Clark on the left, Townsend on the right, and Morris up front. So yeah, that is my lineup going into it. Your lineup in this one, Dad?
Well, I'm going to go with what I thought we sort of played with last game. So Kaminsky in goal. You see it, yeah?
Yeah, see it, yeah.
Doughty left back. I do think he'll be fit. Mengi, Burke's out, I reckon. So Hashioka's going to slip in there, and then Kabore on the right. 3 midfield, Barkley, Ruddock and Berry. And then Chong, I don't think he'll be, ready. Townsend, you've got to start him again. And Clark definitely will be involved up there. I want him to be involved. I don't want to see Woodrow there. And then Morris up front. You could see Johnson, but I feel that we're just going to go 4 at the back rather than 3 at the back. And that's what I reckon. Fred ain't going to be starting. I'll be very surprised if he does start. And the bench is going to be pretty bleak. Probably just going to have like Woodrow, Fred, Johnson, Pysol. The Portuguese lad, Nelson,
yeah.
Shea, Krul. It'll be like that. That's what we'll go with. Again, another makeshift defence, but we're going to put more behind it. We might even put 5 at the back. We might just but
yeah.
For me, he's just trying to keep the score down. I don't want us to be playing like we did against Man City.
No,
to be demoralising for the team. They know that it's going to be an extremely difficult game. Just don't get humiliated. They'll have one eye on the Bournemouth game as well.
Yeah.
As long as we don't capitulate like Sheffield United did, then we'll just have to take it as it is. But yeah, there's my lineup.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I could see the back 4. It would make sense. Me, even though I put the wing backs, it's more so a back 5. I doubt he's sort of playing like how he was the other day. So I do think out of the 3 he will be available. Personally, but if not, be interesting to see who it is. On that side. Would it be Johnson?
In that case, then I could see it potentially being Kabore and then Fred on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. I agree because as much as it's not ideal because he's only played 15 minutes in the Premier League, it's the injuries. We've got to, and he has played as a wing back for us. So maybe, but we shall see. But yeah, score predictions. Oh dear, like I say, not feeling confident at all. Your score prediction tomorrow night, Dad?
Well, I still back us to score from a set piece or something. We still keep that up, but I just can't see it being close like all the other games we've had. And there is that chance of us getting absolutely annihilated, but I don't think it'll be that bad. But I'm still going to go for a heavy defeat. I'm going to go 4-1 Arsenal.
Jeez. That's fair enough, though. That's fair enough. It's same for me. As for my prediction, again, I think we'll score. I think we'll score. It's difficult not to, back us to score, in my opinion. But again, I think Arsenal have too much, a makeshift defence, and I think they'll score one more than Tottenham did. So based on that, a 3-1 win for Arsenal in this one. So yeah, that is my prediction. Your predictions, obviously, we're getting to goal scorer as well. Paul, I remember last time out, he said 5-1 Tottenham. This time, 6-1 Arsenal. I hope it's not that demolition, but you never know, man. Because of the injuries, you just never know. Unfortunately, Arsenal 3-0 Luton. Even Chris, he says tighter games, but with the injuries, it's difficult. He's gone 3-0. Arsenal too strong defensively and attack be too much. Yeah, I think the attack, because how makeshift it is for us, will be too much. I think maybe a set piece we could score.
Yeah.
I know they're good at defending set pieces, but I don't know. It's just our strong point. I could see it. So yeah. His goal scorers, Saka, Havertz, and Trossard. And your goal scorers, fair enough. Even Jackie, look, 4-0. Do you know what I mean? 4-0 with our defence in tatters. Yep, totally understandable. And then Paul has gone with Barkley to get our goal. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. Our goal scorers, Dad, who do you reckon is getting our one goal?
I'm going to say Clark.
Clark? Yeah, could see that. Do you know what? I'm going to go with that as well. I was going to say Morris, but I'm going to go with Clark to get our goal. I'll do theirs. I'll go Havertz, Trossard, and I think Odegaard will score their goals.
Probably it could be anyone, in my opinion. I could even see
Yeah.
Ben White scoring for them. They've got Rice again.
Yeah, I was going to say Rice again instead of Odegaard, to be fair.
They are that level above. Yeah, we can score against them. Yeah, it was at Kenilworth Road, but we still scored 3. I still think we can get a goal.
Yeah, I'm the same.
We're not beating them. It's the wrong time of the season to be played. We even before the fixtures come out, when we saw that the fixtures come out, and it was that time of the season. Even with a fit score, we knew that it'd be difficult then. And how their season's gone as well, the injuries they've got, it'd be a football miracle. Like they'd have to turn up expecting, just being cocky and but they're not. They're really on it this season, and there's no way that they're going to slip up against us. If we do get anything from there, then wow, But then you've got to make your home games count. Not lose to Sheffield United, not draw Forest and things like that. But we're not going. But again, just look at it. Don't get stressed with it because you know that there's that potential for a battering. You know that certain players have got messed up, Kabore and things like that. Doubt he's going to be against Saka potentially, or if he's not, then who is like Kabore, or Fred, we've just gonna have to say we've got another game like that coming up as well against Man City.
Yeah.
We've just got to take these, Yeah, we've had good performances in previous games, especially at home against these teams. But this time of the season, business end of the season, so many players are no. I mean, you just got to accept it. But watch it, soldier on regardless.
Yeah. It's like Jackie says here. Love our boys, no expectations. 100%. 100%. For me, you can't expect anything out of this game and Tottenham. Sorry, not Tottenham. Just played them. Man City. Them games. The home ones we need to be getting results. We need to show what we thought Kenilworth Road would be like this season. So yeah, we need to do that. So yeah, we shall see. But any final things you'd like to say on anything, Dad?
That's it. That's it. Just get this game over and done with.
Yeah, literally. But saying that, I will be doing a watch along tomorrow because it is on TNT Sports. So do make sure you do tune into that. The game's at 7:30, so I'll go live at about 7:20. And yeah, I'll have that scheduled at some point. And a reminder, I will be going on True Gooners channel to talk about a game, talk about Luton a bit more in depth as well at 8 p.m. UK time. So do check that one out. And yeah, do subscribe to his channel. So yeah, it's all there. It's all there and everything. So there you go. Just click over, boom, subscribe, like the video, all of that. And hopefully I'll see many of you on there as possible. And yeah, that is that really. Hat show, I'll say play tomorrow. So probably just do one on Friday, all in one again. Going into that Bournemouth game. Massive game, but from what Rob Edwards has said, we're going to be down to the bare bones, as it says in the title for that game as well. So, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but we'll be back with the vlog from home for that one as well. So yeah, obviously do check that out as well. But yeah, big up to everyone. Smash a like if you haven't already. Would be much appreciated. Do subscribe to the channel as well. We are 1 subscriber away from 1,900. So if we could get there ASAP, or even tomorrow, by the time the watch along's done, that'd be quality. Literally just 1 subscriber. That's all we need. Been on that for a while, and then do subscribe to the extra channel. I've seen a few people have over the last couple of days, so do appreciate that. And yeah, follow me across all my socials as well. Links to them are obviously all in the description as well. And yeah, until tomorrow for me, Friday for my dad, we will see you lot in a bit. So take care and peace.